Don't want to forget. Very good. Okay then. Okay. That's for you.
Ok. Sí, evidentemente es mi internet. 2 horas para
Angus
abrir eso.
Dragon. Very good. So today we have a very interesting topic. We always have interesting topics. And very good. So Grisela, can you read the title? Are you there, right? You're there. Yeah, you're always here.
Yes.
I am. Here I am.
Folks,
Negligence.
negligence. What do you know about negligence?
Taylor.
Liability.
Liability. Very good. Any other word?
It's like a careless act.
Careless
Yes.
act. Let's go with action. Careless action. Very good. Anything
¿Puedo
else?
escribir?
¿Puedo escribir eso?
No, estoy habilitada o no? Porque
Yes,
no me veo
you
tampoco.
are. You are all.
No, no me figura. Al costadito no me figura lo que les estoy
A mí
viendo de ahí, no me
tampoco.
figura.
No, a mí tampoco. Cierto.
¿Viste? Somos las dos.
You
¿Quién
are
entonces?
able.
A ver si estoy.
Mm,
No puedo. Ahí está.
sí. Dice solo lectura. Solo puedes ver este documento.
I have
Pero
already
en el
enabled
documento
you,
dicen ustedes en Jamboard.
so don't give excuses.
I don't.
Solo ver. Me dice a mí también.
I haven't. No tengo la barrita al costado.
Claro, eso-
En
eso
el-
me-
Claro,
me
eso
pasa a
digo.
mí.
No me pasa igual. No
No
tengo
está.
el editor
Well,
de
do you want
texto.
to refresh the page?
A ver.
Ok.
Ahí está. Bien ahí.
No
Right.
tengo tantas cosas abiertas.
Very good. Today we also have a
Yes,
listening.
here it is.
And if
Good.
I know you're fast finishers, so I've prepared a little emergency activity as well. You're really quick finishers. My God.
Did you
Take your
finish
time.
with your exams? Did you finish with your exams?
Yes, I finished it. But I am now going to start studying for the final ones by the end of July. So there goes my holiday. Very good. So careless behavior, we said careless action, duty of care, failure. Yes, you're not a failure. Failure. And what? Is there anything? Is there any other? No. Carelessness. Yes, I love that adjective. No,
okay.
sorry, it's not. It's an error. Very good. Okay, so that's enough. That's enough warm up. Okay, so are you on the second page? Can you turn over to the next frame? Although they're not pages, they are frames.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so you're here. You can see my pointer.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. Very good. So, is there anyone else?
No.
No, it's just you, all four of us. Okay, so Karen is not coming.
No.
And I think nobody else is coming. So, Maria, can you read the title here?
Okay. Read the information about some general principles of negligence. Match the questions that follow. I know it says follow because I have your face in the follow this information with the answers that are provided.
Okay. That follow the information. Sorry, I couldn't hear you. Sorry, are you still there? I think my internet connection just went off.
Yeah.
We are. Yes.
Yes, you're
Sí, yo
right
los
there. We have Anonymous Beaver.
escucho muy mal a todos.
Me too.
Qué mal.
So it's okay. You go on without me. Leopard. Anonymous.
Andrea.
Yes. Very good. Let's hope.
¿Qué sé yo?
Sorry. I know it's not you.
No,
No,
but
it's
I
good.
admire. You are so patient. Yo enloquezco cuando me pasan esas cosas.
No, I learned to be patient because sometimes the microphone works, but the camera doesn't. And so I don't say anything. You can hear me swearing and saying, what the fuck? Oh my God, this piece of shit. And always they can hear me. They can always listen to me, but I cannot see them. And that's why I'm used to it. Very good. And this has been recorded, so I'm really sorry for those of you who are watching.
Por Karen.
Poor Karen.
Poor Karen.
Very good. So can you read? You said match the questions that follow this information with the answers that are provided. But first we have to read the text. So let's do it quickly before it goes off again. Griselda, can you start with the
Okay.
first paragraph?
Yes. The rules in the law of tort concerning negligence aim to compensate anyone who suffers harm. However, these rules have another purpose. They aim to act as a deterrent against negligence conduct.
Deterrent.
A deterrent is something. Deterrent.
Deterrent.
Deterrent is deterrent.
Deterrent.
Deterrent is something that deterrent. It's okay.
Yeah, let's go with okay. Yeah.
Okay, a deterrent is something that persuades a person not to behave in a particular way. For example, the idea of prison may act as a deterrent to a person who considers committing a criminal act. The principles of tort of negligence are designed to act against negligence conduct. Negligence conduct is behavior that may lead to harm.
Yes. Andrea?
However, when a person is guilty of negligent conduct, then it may be necessary to make a claim against that person. A court will look at the evidence and decide if the claimant is entitled to redress. The verb to redress means redress. Okay, redress. To redress means to correct something that is unfair, usually by putting the claimant back in the position he or she was before the negligent conduct happened.
Negligence.
The noun, can you say again?
Negligence.
Negligence. The noun redress has a very similar meaning to compensation. Redress usually takes the form of damages punto. Lawyers often talk about being entitled to redress. This means being entitled to receive compensations or damages. Lawyers don't know to say entitled to a redress.
Redress.
Sorry. Redress.
Imagine you are undressing and then putting your dress again, and you say
Yes.
redress.
Redress.
Although I think it's wrong. Very good. Maria?
Yes.
Next one. Next one.
As we are, yes, as we already know, a court first of all considers whether or not the defendant owed a duty of care to the claimant. If there is no duty of care, then there is no claim. Then the court considers whether or not that duty of care was breached. If there was a breach foreseeable, if the harm was not reasonably foreseeable, then the lawyer will describe it as a remote damage. The claimant is not usually entitled to redress for remote damage.
Very good. Okay, so can you turn over to the next frame and we'll do the exercise? Are you here?
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
So you do see my pointer.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, so Griselda, go on, the final part.
Some torts require proof of damage. In other words, the criminal must prove that the defendant's conduct caused harm. However, some torts, such as libel, are actionable. Hello.
Sorry.
Te dejaste todo escrito. El Jamboard.
What?
Porque yo te quedé no en el Zoom, en el Jamboard está todo garabateado.
No, the way I have presented it for you, you can all do it by yourself. This is me just being kind.
Oh.
Okay, ¿dónde había quedado? Per se. Per se means by itself. The fact that the defendant commit a tort is enough for the claimant to be entitled to redress.
Do we have that word, actionable per se?
Actionable per se. Per se sí es latín, pero accionado.
Pero como frase armada, me parece que no.
No, como frase armada me parece que no.
So we don't have a accionable per se or
Por sí mismo.
per se.
Por sí. Por
Por
sí.
sí.
Por sí
Por-
mismo.
Claro.
Entre paréntesis.
Right.
Pero no, me parece que no me suena.
No.
Right.
Usamos
so,
la palabra per se en un escrito, pero no action per se, actionable per se.
Yes. Yes, I didn't. This was new for me as well because I didn't remember that part when I studied for the TOEFL examination. Very good. So in this case, we have a set of questions here. Do you see them?
Yes.
These sets of questions have their answers here. But we have to say,
Okay.
we have to write the letter A, B, C, D, and or E, depending on which is the question that is answering. So,
Okay.
yes,
Okay.
very good. Okay, maybe you want to take a picture. I'm searching for, yes. Right, I have it here. Yes, so let's go on reading the answers here. First of all, let's read the questions. Griselda?
Okay. What is deterrent? Justo me toca
Did
la
you
de
remember? It's deterrent. The same
taxi.
goes with detergent.
Taxi.
The same goes with
Deterrent.
soap,
Pero lo dijo
detergent.
bien.
It's the same.
Deterrent.
In this case, it's the same, deterrent.
Say
Because it comes from the
deterrent.
verb to deter. You have to say it with like a soft voice.
To deter.
To deter. Although it's not
To
actually
deter.
a good thing. To deter. Deterrent. Very good. Andrea?
I don't know what to deter is.
But I just... What do you mean?
No, detener.
What is negligent conduct?
Conduct,
Negligent.
yes. Maria, see?
What does redress mean?
Yeah, that's the spirit. Very good. So it's D, Griselda.
What is remote damaging?
Damage.
Damage.
With an E at the end. And you have to smile. Damage. Damage.
Damage.
You've
Damage.
caused some damage.
Damage.
Although it's not actually a good thing, but you have to
Damage.
smile. Damage.
Always smiling. Damage.
Always smile. You've
Damage.
caused some damage.
Damage.
That's why English makes you smile. They want to make you a positive person. But it's hard for us. And because you don't laugh at my jokes, that's part of the problem.
Yo ya te dije el año pasado que yo fui a fono hablando en español, así que imagínate que en inglés modular se me
No,
complica a
but
veces.
probably if you have taken
Idea, fono,
singing
chicas, no
lessons, you probably know a little bit that it's
No,
rather similar. It's almost exactly the same
no.
as learning how to pronounce words the same. Very good. So,
Tenía
what
problemas
is
en las cuerdas vocales, así que imagínate si tomo clases de canto.
yes. So we said what is remote damage, and Andrea, letter E.
What is
Yes.
proof of damage?
Yes. And Maria F.
What does it mean if something is actionable per se?
Yes. Sorry, there's a typo there. It's
That's
Actionable per se, I think, is when you don't know how to prove that you suffer loss or damage.
yes, it's what it
Something
says
like
right
that.
here.
Okay.
Very good. So now, yeah, it says right there. So don't worry, there's no need to guess. Yes, very good. Okay, so Griselda, letter the first one here. Can you read it?
Yes, it is something that is designed to make people not do a particular thing or not behave in a particular way.
That's
And
for you.
Es la bendita palabra para mí.
Yes.
¿Cómo es?
No, ya está.
So how do you pronounce it? How do you pronounce it?
Deterrent.
Deterrent. Deterrent.
Yes, you have to say it with a soft and sexy voice. Deterrent. Deterrent.
Deterrent.
Although you don't actually want something
Lo
to say
está haciendo a
deterrent.
propósito.
Yes,
Yes.
obviously.
It is the
All right. So can anyone write it down? I'm not sure if you can.
Yes, I think so.
You can always use the pencil or you can just write it just like that. Okay, yes. Very good. Maria, the next one.
It is careless behavior that is likely to cause harm to another person.
Yes. What is
I
that?
think is
B?
B, negligent conduct.
Yeah, me too.
Yes.
Yes,
Very
it
good.
is.
It's negligent conduct. Do we have the same expression? Actitud negligente.
Negligencia, sí.
Negligencia.
We don't have conducta negligente
No,
o
es como
acción
redundante.
negligente.
La negligencia es una conducta, la conducta vendría siendo una
Claro.
acción, es como
So
muchas
there are
palabras.
no subcategories. It's all included on the same word
En re-
idea, negligence.
Yes.
En realidad
Interesting.
vos tenés culpa y dentro de culpa puede ser
Claro,
negligencia, imprudencia, impericia,
Right. And that also deals with a culposo, doloso. That's also part of
Culpa.
the same problem,
Yes, part of
the same
culpa.
category
Don't. Yes,
with intention.
dolo no. Dolo is with intention and culpa without
Culpa
intention.
sí.
Yes, interesting. Very good. So what about the next one, Andrea?
Yes. It is damage that defendant could not reasonably foresee. Foresee?
Reasonably.
Sí,
Foresee. Foresee.
Sonriendo.
No, Tomás, foresee.
Foresee.
Yes and no, but you're right.
Why not?
Foresee.
No, but it's okay. You have to smile. Foresee.
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 Employee. Foresee.
Yes, employee. Do you remember the payee?
Payee.
Yes. The thing is that when you say
Estamos
it
muy
just
mal.
like that, it sounds silly.
Es
But
muy
if you say
viernes.
quickly, you can say reasonably foresee.
Foresee.
And Andrea, it's
Okay.
reasonably. And you also have to smile as well. Reasonably.
Reasonably.
Reasonably. Eventually, this isn't a long E, it's an E, reasonably. That's another interesting part of phonetics as well. Very good. So let's turn over to the next page. And sorry, did we say it is, which one is this?
I think it's remote damage.
Yes, D.
Damage, yes. Remote damage. Do we have the same? Daño remoto o daño ocasional?
Hay causa remota.
Causa remota. That would be
Daño
like
remoto, no.
likely to happen.
Nos quedamos
Oh, okay, you don't have to answer me. It's okay. I can read your mind.
Tenemos control remoto también.
Control remoto, yeah. Do we
Control
still
remoto.
use it? Because nowadays we mostly use our computers. Very good. Yes.
Yes.
Sorry, no, we don't use our computers. We use our mobile phones, don't we? I'm not sure.
Yes.
Very good. It's
Yes.
damage that defendant cannot reasonably foresee. Okay. So can you
Foresee.
turn over to the next frame?
Yes.
Are you already here?
You're
Can
here.
you see the pointer?
Yes.
Yes.
Mhm.
Very good. Yes. Coding, yes. Okay, Griselda, the first one.
It means the same as compensation. And I think it's to redress. To redress.
Redress.
Yeah.
That's
Yes.
another one.
Is the number C. Yes, it's
C.
the C.
Let us see. Yes. Okay, so it's C. Very good. Yes. I told you, you're fast finishers. Okay,
They're
Maria.
very intelligent persons.
Yes.
It means the claim for the thing that happened without any evidence of the actual harm. And
Yes.
I think
Actionable per
it
se.
is,
Actionable per se.
yes, yes.
Actionable per se. Yes. F.
Yes.
So write it down
I love,
if you can.
yes. There you go.
F. Very good. Yes. Andrea.
It is evidence that the claimant actually suffered real harm or loss of money.
Yes.
Proof of
Proof
damage.
of damage. Yes. We could actually do this. Just scratch it, and then we can just select the last one because it's proof of damage is the final one.
Yes.
Yes.
This evidence suffered. Okay, so for today, I had an interesting topic that I didn't actually know. Sorry, I just lost control of it. And so I prepared a listening activity. Okay, so
Okay.
what is res ipsa loquitur? Do you know it? It's not reps, it's res
Yes.
ipsa loquitur. Do you know?
Oh, I don't know. I think rest is like thing.
Yes.
Yes, like res mea, I think so. We have the same in
Yes.
Spanish, I think, and res something. What is it?
Sí, ¿cómo se llamaban las obligaciones que siguen a las cosas? Me suena, pero no recuerdo el nombre. Pues,
La cosa habla por sí misma.
bueno.
Acabo de googlear.
Así no vale.
No, que otra, si no sé.
Ipsa is the same that
La
ipso.
enciclopedia jurídica
ipso.
dice eso, la cosa habla por sí misma.
My God, you're such a cheater.
Muy mal.
Ipsa por sí misma.
You're a bunch of cheaters.
Y
Sí.
loquito, loquitor. Loquito.
Sorry, that.
Ese es el Tomás.
Sorry, what did I do?
Nothing.
Very good. So in this case,
vale,
we're
ahora
going
se lo
to.
googleo también.
No.
No me
No,
quería quedar
because
con
I
el
spent the whole afternoon doing this.
Here.
And then you come and you
is
say.
Loquitur with
Loquitur, yes.
you.
Yes.
No,
Yes.
no loquitur.
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 I think with an U in our system.
Res ipsa loquitur.
Okay. Maybe.
Res ipsa loquitur. Very good.
The principle that mere occurrence of some type of accident is sufficient to imply negligence.
Yes, I found it interesting and very good. So we'll just do a very quick listening activity. It's 3 minutes long, so you're not gonna get bored. You're gonna have to be very good. So in this case, you have to fill a blank space with either a word or a phrase. So be careful. In this case, it's a whole phrase. In this case, it is also a whole phrase, but sometimes it's just a word. So be, how can I say it? Be alert. Yes. Stay alert. It's not. I love short videos. Very good. So we have recipe. Let's start reading little by little. Griselda, the first line here.
Okay, recipes are locutories that helps prove because the speaks for itself. Example, because of the can that the defendant must have been.
For future reference, when you see this IE, that actually means
Yes.
that is. It's like a way of saying, in other words, because of da da da.
Okay.
That is. I'm going to write it down so that you can see it. That is.
Yes.
Because sometimes you may think this is EG and it's not. EG
For example,
is
yes.
an example.
Yes.
And in this case, this is just a way of giving some extra information or paraphrasing the same idea.
Okay.
Perfect.
But I think it's a translation in Latin. That's why it says IE probably. But in English it means that is because of da da da.
That is.
Very good. Maria?
Okay.
The second one.
In the United States, in order to win a negligence lawsuit, the defendant must prove that the defendant owed her a da 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 da. Also, the plaintiff must prove that the defendant da 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 her da 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 da.
Sorry, I think it's the claimant.
Yes, I think.
Probably, yes. The claimant. Very good. Yes. Don't touch it, please. Okay. Andrea? My God.
Reps ipsa loquitur is important because take notes on the case given in the video, has an example and explain it in your own words. To rely on res ipsa loquitur, the plaintiff usually has to prove number 1 or 2.
Yes, that's very long and it's a very specific example, and that's why I want you to explain it in your own words because it's interesting. I didn't actually know about it. Let's change res ipsa loquitur. Okay, so tell me if you can listen to it.
In this video, we will discuss res
listen to it?
ipsa loquitur.
Very good. Do you see it on my screen, or you can, or you just want to listen to it? Very good. Okay, so are you ready?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, for C. No, the PE.
PI. Dale.
Guitar. Yes.
Estás haciendo tiempo, Tomás, dale.
How did you know? Just
I
metaphors.
know because I'm a professor too.
Yeah. You're a professor as well. Very good. So I'm going to play the recording now.
In this video,
Pay attention.
we will discuss res ipsa loquitur. Res ipsa loquitur is a principle that helps a plaintiff to prove negligence because the accident speaks for itself. That is, because of the accident, the jury can presume that the defendant must have been careless. In the United States, to win a negligence lawsuit, the plaintiff must prove that the defendant owed her a duty to be reasonably careful, and that the defendant breached her duty of care. The defendant acted carelessly. Res ipsa loquitur is important because sometimes it is difficult for a plaintiff to prove that the defendant acted carelessly. For example, let's say Patty is walking down the street by Debbie's house. Suddenly, a refrigerator falls from Debbie's house, and Patty is hurt. So Patty sues Debbie for negligence. But it might be very difficult for Patty to prove exactly how Debbie was careless. After all, Patty didn't see Debbie do anything. Under these circumstances, Patty might be able to rely on res ipsa loquitur. To rely on res ipsa loquitur, a plaintiff usually has to prove two things. First, that the accident normally wouldn't have happened unless someone acted carelessly. Here, a refrigerator fell from a house. That's pretty unusual. It wouldn't have happened unless somebody acted carelessly. Next, the plaintiff should be able to prove that the defendant was in control of whatever caused the accident. Well, this was Debbie's house, Debbie's refrigerator. Who else but Debbie could have caused the accident? So, sure, Patty did not see Debbie do anything careless. But if the judge allows it, Patty will be able to rely on res ipsa loquitur. The accident speaks for itself. The jury will be allowed to assume that Debbie breached her duty of care, that Debbie was careless. If you'd like to discuss res ipsa loquitur or any other.
Very good. Just give me a minute. I have a problem with my cat again. Very good, I'm back. So did you manage to get some words out of it?
Some of it, but it was very,
The
Quick?
connection wasn't well
Ah,
yes.
in some parts of the video.
right. So for instance, where it
Can
says,
we hear again?
yes, obviously we're going to do it again. I just want to know if we can start just by slightly filling in the blanks. So for instance, res ipsa loquitur
Yeah, the first
is a what that helps.
Principle. Principle.
principle.
Principle,
Principle.
yes, very good. Write it down.
Okay. Okay.
Principle that helps a what?
Plaintiff.
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 Plaintiff, yes, very good. Plaintiff, yes. Helps a plaintiff prove what?
Negligence.
Yes, negligence.
Negligence.
Because and you said it at first,
Accident.
the accident speaks for itself because you cheated and you Googled it. Cheated.
No.
Well, sorry, Griselda cheated and she Googled it. But
But
okay.
it wasn't the same video.
No, it wasn't.
It was
Obviously, it wasn't.
definition
I'm not
only.
going. It's like revealing your secret recipe. You cannot do it. It's commercial secret. Very good. Prove negligence because the accident. Can you add it? Accident. Negligence because the accident. Yes. And with accidents, you, even though the word is horrible, you also have to smile. Accident. Accident. Smile. Griselda, say accident. Accident.
Accident.
Accident. Yes. Very good. No, you laugh, but it's actually true. You have to say accident.
Yeah.
Although it's actually horrible. The accident speaks for itself, i.e. because of the what?
I don't know that.
I think I write jury, but I am not sure of my letter, of my writing.
Okay, so for instance,
A jury is the second one. The jury can.
Well, all right, the jury. Yes.
Presume. Yes, the jury can presume.
Yes.
That the defendant must have been careless.
Careless. Very good. Yes. Can you add it? Very good. Careless, yes.
And jury.
Have jury, yes. Well, so being careless, the claimant.
Are you there?
Yes.
Are you there, Tomás?
What happened with you?
Se
No, el micrófono.
había apagado el micrófono.
Ah, sorry. Continue now.
It was so funny. So funny.
The mysterious microphone.
Estás hablando. Hola.
Ah, very good. Good. Yes. Okay, you said careless, and so let's go on. In the United States, in order to win a negligence lawsuit, the claimant must prove that the defendant owed her, and that's obvious.
Duty to be reasonably careful.
Be reasonably careful.
Very good. So can you add it?
Okay, thank you.
So we have the same here. Deber o responsabilidad de ser cuidadoso.
Deber de cuidado.
Claro.
Pero.
Deber de cuidado. I've never heard of it. Very good. Duty to be reasonably careful. I'm not sure if careful goes with double L, but let's.
Okay. Yeah.
Just in order to be.
It's.
I
don't know.
Probably it's just one L.
Okay. I'll look
So
for it.
It says also the plaintiff must prove that the defendant. What did
act? I don't know that.
I think it says act.
Acted.
But I am not sure.
Act, very good.
Active, yes.
Acted, yes.
I don't know.
Yeah, so you also have to smile. Acted. It acted. That's just like...
acted. Después sumamos ayer de teatro. Para completar.
You mean acting?
Acting.
Very good. So, res ipsa loquitur is important because... Why? Very interesting.
Sometimes,
It's difficult
yes, it's difficult to prove the
Difficult to prove.
careless.
that
You said it,
Yes,
Maria. Carelessness.
yo escribí la mitad de lo que dijo, creo. Pero bueno, más o
Very
menos
good.
entendí.
No, but you are right.
Yo también.
No,
yo
well,
escribí, it's difficult to prove that y no llegué.
Yo tampoco.
very
La
good.
mitad.
So
And I
Era bastante
write
largo.
it to prove the careless, or I don't know how to say it.
yes, you are actually right.
la
Maria.
falta de
Well,
cuidado,
we're going to listen
Y
to it.
acá,
Or the carelessness.
y acá tenemos que agregar el active.
Acted, yes.
Okay.
Andrea, can you come back so that we can listen to it again and we can fill in the blanks, as they say? Claimant must prove, acted. Very good.
Corre.
It's difficult
Corre que te corre.
to
Very good. Prove.
that.
It's not necessary for you to watch the video. You can just listen to it while you are on the same page. Sorry, while you are on the Jamboard page.
Okay.
Okay.
Probably, I'm not sure. I do that with Google Meet, and I think it's the same system. Very good. So it's the accident speaks for itself because of the jury can presume that the defendant must have been careless. Yes. Do we have an expression like descuidado or
Negligente.
Claro.
negligente? Yes, we have it. But something like no ha cuidado las condiciones como se supone.
Que,
Se dice así,
es
negligente.
que se dice negligente, claro.
Right, just like that. There is no other
Yes.
no
No.
other way. It's the same. It's an umbrella term. You can see, you know. Do you know the expression?
The umbrella term, yeah. But the umbrella term is, in this case, in our system, is culpa.
Culpa.
Claro, y ahí
Claro.
tenés lo
Culposo.
you have the different types.
Culposo.
You can do more or less than you must, and you are negligente or you are imprudente.
Imperito.
Imperito. I didn't know
Yes.
that word. Imperito. And how would you apply imperito?
Pericia.
Impericia.
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 Impericia. Interesting. Pericia. Real term. Culpa. Very good. So it's
Culpa.
important to
Profesional.
prove that, and you said ta 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 ta. I know the answer, but I'm not going to say it, obviously. So let's listen to the video again.
Obviously.
Okay.
Yes. Are you ready?
Yes.
Yes.
In this video,
You can
we
listen
will
to it,
discuss
right?
res ipsa loquitur.
Sorry, you can
Yes.
listen to it. Yes?
Yes, yes, yes.
Because I'm not sure if I'm sharing the sound. Sometimes I forget.
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Very good.
Okay.
So let's listen to it.
In this video, we will discuss res ipsa loquitur. Res ipsa loquitur is a principle that helps a plaintiff to prove negligence because the accident speaks for itself. That is, because of the accident, the jury can presume that the defendant must have been careless. In the United States, to win a negligence lawsuit, the plaintiff must prove that the defendant owed her a duty to be reasonably careful, and that the defendant breached her duty of care. The defendant acted carelessly. Res ipsa loquitur is important because sometimes it is difficult for a plaintiff to prove that the defendant acted carelessly. For example, let's say Patty is walking down the street by Debbie's house. Suddenly, a refrigerator
Se me cortó. Ah. Escuché
Yes.
solamente la primera parte.
Sí. Después ya venía
Sorry.
lo de los ejemplos.
Sorry, yes. I'm going to. Thankfully, it's still recording, so it's okay. As long as it is recording, there's no problem. So you can, very good. You want to listen to it again entirely, or you want just to go back? Which is the proper?
Desde ahí, from there. And with example.
With the example, very good, yes. Going to Careless. Yes, I like the voice of the man because it's so soothing. My God. Very good. So I'm going to, are you ready?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, very good. There it goes.
The defendant acted carelessly. Res ipsa loquitur is important because sometimes it is difficult for a plaintiff to prove that the defendant acted carelessly. For example, let's say Patty is walking down the street by Debbie's house. Suddenly, a refrigerator falls from Debbie's house, and Patty is hurt. So Patty sues Debbie for negligence. But it might be very difficult for Patty to prove exactly how Debbie was careless. After all, Patty didn't see Debbie do anything. Under these circumstances, Patty might be able to rely on res ipsa loquitur. To rely on res ipsa loquitur, a plaintiff usually has to prove two things. First, that the accident normally wouldn't have happened unless someone acted carelessly. Here, a refrigerator fell from a house. That's pretty unusual. It wouldn't have happened unless somebody acted carelessly. Next, the plaintiff should be able to prove that the defendant was in control of whatever caused the accident. Well, this was Debbie's house, Debbie's refrigerator. Who else but Debbie could have caused the accident? So, sure, Patty did not see Debbie do anything careless. But if the judge allows it, Patty will be able to rely on res ipsa loquitur. The accident speaks for itself. The jury will be allowed to assume that Debbie breached her duty of care, that Debbie was careless. If you'd like to discuss res ipsa loquitur or any other matter,
Wow, you managed to do it. Very good. So, did you like the example on the video? I loved it. Suddenly, the refrigerator drops on her head. Sounds extreme.
La carita así.
Las vacas, cuando las vacas vuelan. Uy.
Sorry. Yes. Very good. So, why is res ipsa loquitur important? It says that it's difficult to prove that a defendant acted carelessly. Very good. Do we have res ipsa loquitur here?
No lo he escuchado.
Responsabilidad
Probably.
por la cosa que es objetiva, but I don't know it is using that rating.
Por ser dueño de la cosa.
Like,
o por la cosa riesgosa.
Do we have like el accidente habla por sí? Or maybe just we don't have an expression like that.
We call it
El hecho habla por sí.
responsabilidad objetiva.
Right.
Responsabilidad objetiva, because you are the owner of the thing or the animal, for example.
Interesting.
Cuando
Yes, I think
when an animal hurts someone, you are the owner and you
you're
have
guilty. Yes.
responsabilidad objetiva.
But for instance,
Yes.
in this
and
case, the man talked about a refrigerator, and it's not something alive. But you,
yes, I
how do you
remember a
prove?
case like this one that balcony fall down and there was a mother with a kid. I think
Oh.
it was Mar del Plata. It was, but I don't remember exactly when. But this applies. No sé si se llama exactamente igual, but it applies.
Claro.
Very good.
Qué lindo Spanglish el mío.
Yes, this is a very cool. I bring you cool listening, don't I? In this case, it's a very new topic for me, also because I didn't know that sometimes you cannot prove the person is careless. But well, for instance, what is necessary to prove res ipsa loquitur?
First is
that is
the
something
accident.
unusual.
Yes. Sorry, first, res ipsa loquitur, the plaintiff usually has to prove what? What things?
That the accident would have happened unless somebody acted carelessly.
Yes, I was actually aiming for you to say 2 points. But let's start with the points then. 2 points. Yeah.
I began.
Very good. Okay, so the first one, can you fill it in, Maria?
Okay.
Yes. This mean, what is? But we have expressions with res, don't we?
With res here?
Yes, in Spanish, I think I've heard it res something.
Sí, restituir al estado anterior y tiene una expresión
Resiliencia. Compensación.
Eso va para psicología.
Restablecer.
Restablecer. Restituir.
Restituir al estado anterior.
Restituir, sí.
Sí, pero tiene una expresión en latín que I don't remember.
Resilio.
No. Estoy inventando.
Tira todo lo que empieza con re.
But resilio is an expression in Latin, but comes from physics. That's why. And it means the same, to go back to the same state you were before.
Sí, tiene una expresión en latín. Restituir.
Very good. And so, it's okay, Gisela. In number 2, which was
pero
the
me quiero
one?
acordar ahora.
Yes. You see, now you can Google something.
Yes, it's the moment to do that.
Yes, very good. And so, which was the second point you have to prove?
The defendant was in control of the thing.
Right, it's what you said, that if you are the owner of that thing, you are supposed to be in control, and if you're not, then you're...
I write it that the defendant was in control with the cause of the accident, something like that.
Yes, I heard the defendant was controlled, something like that.
Write it.
A la mitad.
Write it.
Okay.
Yes.
Wait a minute.
Be careful.
Was in control.
Now, be careful. You have to say wrote.
I'm sorry.
The defendant was in control. Very good. Yes. If you, I have one final activity that is not necessary, but if you want, we can do it and we'll finish it. Or we can just go back to the main session.
No, let's do it.
Very good. It's interesting as because all I do, it should be interesting. So, but in this case, it's another, it's completely different from the topic that we are studying. Can you turn over to the next page?
Yes.
Okay, sorry, but can you, sorry that I forgot. Can you explain the case given in the video? Do you remember?
Yes.
Yes, it was a fridge, a refrigerator.
Yes, a refrigerator.
Who falls from a house,
Refrigerator.
from the
No,
defendant's house.
There are no smiles on it. And you don't have to smile.
Party was Debbie,
Yes.
and Patty.
Está sonriendo mucho.
With Patty, yes, you're supposed to smile. Patty,
Patty, Debbie.
and Debbie. Debbie, yes. But you have to smile when it's necessary to smile, not when it's not.
Hey. Te quejas
Yes.
porque no nos
Porque
reímos.
si nos reímos,
Claro,
claro.
¿viste?
Hombre,
No,
hombre,
but
Teresa.
if I make a joke, it's mandatory
No
that
gusta
you
nada.
smile and you laugh. I'm the teacher.
Él quiere que se ría con las bromas de él, eso sí.
Claro.
Obviously, I have.
Y ahí nos quedamos todos.
No, no se puede, está bien.
Very good. So it was Debbie and Patty. And which
Yes.
was the problem between them?
That one of them was walking on the streets and a refrigerator falls from the other's house. I don't know which was Debbie and which was
Me
Patty.
neither.
I think Debbie, sorry, no, I think Patty was the one with the refrigerator, and Debbie was walking near the house, and a refrigerator fell over Debbie.
Extraño.
No, but trust me, sometimes weird things such as a refrigerator falling on you are actually possible because you can never know. Remember what Griselda said, that sometimes a balcony fell on someone.
Like in the movie, in the movie of Ricardo Darín.
Which one?
El cuento chino.
Cuento
Sí.
chino. Ah, yes.
Muy buena.
But that's actually
Que cae la
possible.
vaca.
La
no sé qué.
vaca,
It's
sí, mata a la novia.
extremely unlucky, and I would say unlikely, and I would say you are extremely unlucky if something like that happens to you. But it's possible. It's just fate.
But the movie is very good.
Yes, I liked it too. Yes, very good.
Yes.
Okay, so let's go on with the next activity. That it should be quick.
Okay.
But
Okay.
maybe can you turn over to frame number 6?
Yes.
Very good. So you are here, right? This is an activity about liability that I found, and I thought it would be interesting because it's actually funny. Okay, for instance, can you read the title?
Match each type of area of liability with the situations that follow.
Very good. Griselda?
Occupiers liability.
Yes, occupiers.
Vicarious liability. Occupier. Estos serían
Vicarious.
como
Vicarious. Yes, do you remember the
Yes.
vicarious liability? But in this case, it just
Yes,
doesn't talk only about vicarious and employers. It talks about several types that we haven't studied. That's why I found it so interesting.
Okay.
Maria, can you go on?
Yes, product liability.
Product. And this is an interesting one. Andrea, can you read it?
Nuisance.
Nuisance. It's
Nuisance.
French.
Ah, es más
Nuisance.
fácil todavía. Nuisance.
Nuisance.
I hate French.
Because it's
Nuisance.
French.
Nuisance.
Very good. Griselda, the next one here. Very easy.
Defamation.
Yes, defamation. Okay, Maria.
Employer's liability.
Yes, employers. And this is the easiest one. Andrea.
Trespass to land.
Yes. And another extremely easy one.
Imprisonment.
False imprisonment. Very good. Okay, so in this case, we have to read. Can you turn over to the next page, the next frame?
Yes.
Okay.
In this case, we have to read like statements from a person, a hypothetical person, and we have to say whether it has to be, it deals with occupiers, products, blah, 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 etc.
Okay.
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 And yes, it with any of all the liability types that we have, types of liabilities that we have just read about. Very
Okay.
good. So let's go with A. Let's go with a different one, Maria.
I own a factory where bread and cakes are manufactured.
Yes.
I did not provide my workers with the special gloves that they need when they are taking things out of the ovens. Ovens?
Ovens.
One of my workers has suffered very serious burns to his hands and arms as a result.
As a
And
result.
I think it's result.
Result.
I think it's result.
No, it's okay. Let's go on. Very good.
Okay.
And which one do you think it is?
Employer's liability.
Liability.
Probably.
Yeah.
Very good. Employee's liability. So if you want, you can just write it here, employee's liability, or we can just go back to the previous frame.
Okay.
We can just write it B A B B A C. Employee's liability. Right. Okay, so let's go on with Andrea. In the next frame, Andrea, letter B.
Okay.
Can you read it?
Yes, my neighbor has started to keep animals in the garden. She has some hens and a small pig. The noise and the smell are terrible.
Wow, I can imagine.
Nuisance?
Yes.
Nuisance,
How,
probably. I don't.
Neighborhood.
I don't actually know what is nuisance, but we can just
Yes,
think that it's something like.
Molestia, algo así.
Yes. Do we have an
When
expression like that
something-
in Spanish? Like
Molestar.
molestia, estorbo, disturbio, maybe.
Problemas de vecindad.
Qué bonita, ¿ves?
Acá en el barrio tenemos ese problema. Hoy a la tarde hace un ratito mandaban los vecinos que nosotros tenemos vacas sueltas y se estaban metiendo en la casa de otro y le comían las plantas, así que es parecido.
Ay, me muero.
My God.
¿Dónde vivís, Andrea?
Encima no
qué
es que son
lindo.
5 vacas,
quisiera estar
son
ahí.
como 15 vacas. Yo no vivo tan lejos,
No.
están cerca de la hielo ahí del lince, andan sueltas por la calle.
Sí.
But that's where I
Hasta que
go.
pase
Pero en
algo
el
y-
centro.
That's where I do my
y se van
rehab.
ahí al centro.
Que no se caigan de ningún barco.
Y a un vecino
Como el chino.
está incitando a los demás que la maten y hagan un asado vecinal. O sea,
No.
imagínate.
Ay, qué
No, ¿en
rico.
serio?
Para que se termine, porque no sabemos de quiénes son las vacas. Entonces,
Chicos,
Very
¿cuándo
good.
los voy a visitar? ¿Arreglamos viaje de egresado?
Sí.
Cuando
Tengo
quieras.
ganas de ir a cualquier lado.
Oh,
No conozco
Cualquier
San
lado.
Luis.
Ah, no,
así
pará,
que-
si es por descarte, no, salí de acá. Decir que nos querés conocer.
San
Y
Luis es muy lindo.
very good. So
Tengo que
let's
conocer. A ustedes
Hay
ya
vacas en
conocen.
los
see,
barrios.
Griselda. Let's see.
Yes, letter C. I own a company that transports goods by lorry. Last week, one of my drivers was in a petrol station during his working hours. He lit a cigarette, oh my God, and threw
God.
away a lighted match, which caused an explosion.
God.
Mm.
Which
Okay.
I think that's obvious.
Okay.
Which one do you think it is?
Vicarious liability.
Vicarious. Yes.
Yes. Do you remember I told you what was vicarious liability when we studied tortious liability?
No, I don't remember.
I just
sorry.
write it down and I don't remember.
Me too.
Very good. Yes, that's the
Lo
spirit.
elegí
I
por
thought-
descarte.
You do good.
Vicarious liability and nothing more.
Yes. Very good.
¿Qué es, Tomás?
Vicarious
¿Qué
liability.
significa?
Vicarious
¿Qué era que
liability.
significaba?
I think it was that you are responsible for what your employees.
Ah, yes.
That's for you,
Employees do.
Grisela. Employee. With a big
Sorry,
smile.
what is hands? I don't know that.
Where?
Gallinas.
Uh,
Ah,
where is?
Gallina. Okay.
Hands.
hands. Not small pig.
Hands.
Yes, gallinas, I remember that.
Hands. Isn't it something that you give it to horses to eat? I think so.
No, gallinas.
Hens.
No,
Chickens.
gallinas y chanchos chiquitos. Chanchos chiquitos.
Ah,
Pollito.
polluelos.
Polluelos.
Polluelas.
No, los small son los pigs, son los chanchitos.
Ah. Very good.
Googleemos.
Vicarious
La
liability.
Gallinas, dice. Hens.
Okay, and so
Hens.
D, Maria.
I bought my son a toy from a company on the internet. The toy is a battery-operated train. When the train was switched on, and the batteries became extremely hot, and my son burned his hand while he was playing with it.
God. Which
Very good.
one do you think it is? I think
The
it's
product
easy.
liability.
Product.
Product
product.
liability. That's a
Yes.
new one for me. I do know it. Product liability. Yes, it's right here. I have it. Product liability.
It's like the warranty,
Warranty. Yes.
like the garantía
Yes.
del producto.
Probably. I think so. And so, Andrea, letter E.
I own a magazine that contains a lot of gossip about celebrities. Last month, my magazine prints a story that said a local footballer here in Chatsworth had kept someone money raised at a charity event from homeless people. I know that that story was completely untrue. Defamation.
Defamation.
Probably it's defamation.
Yes.
Yes. Probably. Defamation. Yes. Tell me that it's, yes, it's recording. Very good. And so, Griselda, letter
I
F.
studied geography at the university at Chatsworth last week. The whole class had very bad results on a test. The professor was furious.
Tomás.
He locked the door of the
Furious.
lecture room and refused to let anyone out of the room until he had finished speaking to us.
Yes.
He kept us there for 1 hour, I think it is, after our usual time.
Yes. After our usual time. So which one do you think that that is? Because of
False imprisonment.
False imprisonment.
false imprisonment, but I wouldn't think it's false imprisonment. Okay, so it's
Y
false
bueno,
imprisonment.
but you can su habeas corpus because
Out of a
it
class.
was out of time.
I mean, I know,
Yes.
I know that, for instance, in nowadays it's illegal to punish the students by not allowing them to go into the break, go have a break. That would be. I know that it's
MP.
I know that it's
Imprisonment.
illegal, but I
Yes.
would think it's called.
Yes.
It would be considered a false imprisonment.
Mm.
Very good. So it's false imprisonment. Yeah. Can you turn over to the next page, Maria and
Okay.
Andrea, and we finish it for today.
Okay.
That's
I went
tea.
to a bar last week with some friends, and I slipped on some beer that was on the floor. When I fell, I cut my hand on some broken glass. Another customer in the bar told me that a man had dropped a bottle of beer there about 20 minutes earlier. The bar staff had been told that there was a beer and broken glass on the floor, but they have been too busy to clean it up.
Which one do you think it is?
Occupiers.
Occupiers, liability.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, occupiers.
Yes.
Right, occupiers liability. Probably. I don't know what that is, so I'm not sure if that's the answer, but if I trust in your good judgment.
Es que es por descarte.
Exactly.
Right.
Because it means
Sí.
trespass to land.
Totalmente.
Right, because the next one it's easy.
Yes.
Yes.
My neighbor walks across my land as a shortcut to the shops. I have been asking him to stop doing this for months now, but he doesn't listen to me.
Trespass to land. Very good. Yes. Occupies liability. I didn't know that. Is it new for you as well? Occupies liability.
I think that the bar tell the client that it was not their liability because the person that dropped the beer
Yes.
was another person, was an occupier of the place, another
Like,
client.
you mean like customers liability?
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
Yes.
La responsabilidad del cliente.
But
So
I don't think so.
we have that. Responsabilidad del
Tiene que ir a
cliente.
limpiar, o sea.
De un tercero.
No.
Claro.
No, but
Claro,
it's their fault if they don't clean it up. It's actually,
it's their fault, yes.
Yes, I
yeah,
think
obviously.
it's
I think that's vicarious love. No, that's just negligence. Plain simple.
yes.
It's the same one that we have just started with res ipsa loquitur. Very good. So I'm going to stop recording now, and you may all go into break.
Okay.
Go to the playground, kids.
Okay.
Because how is it? I imprisoned you for just a couple of more half an hour. Very good. So I'm
But
going
you
to.
have holiday from us.
Ah,
2
thank
weeks.
you.